I'd like to tell you a story of Nathan the Wise. It's a parable from a play, a German play by a guy named Blessing from the 17 or 1800s. The play's called, what is it called? I think it's called Nathan the Wise. Yeah, it's Nathan the Wise is the name of the play. And in the middle of the play, Nathan tells the parable. He is a Jewish man in Palestine, which has been taken over by a sultan, and the sultan tells him that he's going to kill Nathan unless, when he comes back, the sultan's going to leave the room and give him some time to think about this one. And when he comes back, Nathan has to tell him which of the three major religions is the true one: Christianity, Islam, or Judaism. And so Sultan leaves, and Nathan ponders, oh my gosh, what am I going to say if I tell him that it's that it's Islam, which is what the Sultan, of course, wants to hear. He's not going to believe me. If I tell him it's Judaism, he's going to say it's self-serving. If I tell him it's Christianity, he hates Christianity, so he's going to kill me. So no matter what I say, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. So when the Sultan comes back, he, rather than tell him straight away which of the three he thinks is true, he gives him this parable. He says there's a king. The king has three sons, and the king has a very beautiful ring. Everybody loves the ring, everybody knows the ring. It's a little bit like the Lord of the Rings situation, where there's this fantastic ring that everybody wants. All three of the sons want it, and it's the ring that also means that you're king. So all three of the sons want to be king, they want the ring, and the sons are all begging the king, put me in your will. Let me be the guy who gets to inherit this beautiful ring. And the king, loving all of his sons kind of equally, in private moments, he promises all three of them that they're going to be the one that gets the ring. And in various times in their life. So when it comes time for the king to die, he thinks he's going to die. The king knows he's going to die next month or so. He goes to his most trusted advisor, his best friend, the king's best friend. We'll call him Alcazar for the purposes of my retelling of this parable. He's like, Alcazar, I got a big problem here. All three of my sons, they want. So we have a story instead of a story, right? Calling attention to good storytelling. The king says, Alcazar, I promise all three of these guys, I'll bring my sons the ring. When I die, they're all going to fight about it. And so I don't know what to do. Alcazar is a pretty smart guy, and the two of them come up with a plan. So when the king dies, all three of the sons go to the funeral and the reading of the will, and they're all expecting the ring, of course. And Alcazar reads the will, and he's the regent of the king until there's a new king, and he pulls out three boxes, and he says, all right, all three of you each get a ring, but here's the deal. Only the one of you will be king if you can prove that through your deeds, that you're the actual king, that you're the best person for the job, so to speak. So, which is to say, this parable that Nathan tells is that the only way to tell which of these religions is the truest one is to actually look at their deeds and behold what has been the fruit of these trees, as some parables have said you should do to tell who's telling the truth and not. I wonder, though, if the story could be improved. What if what if Alcazar, the regent, had said, okay, I'm going to give you each of these three rings and go do what you want to do, and after the end of a year, or what if he'd said, no, I'm not going to give anybody the rings. Instead, I'm going to only give the person a ring after a year who's proven themselves the most kingly, or something like this. So say Then Alcazar would be a regent for a year, and then the three sons would have to prove that they're the most king-like. And but Alcazar would keep a secret rubric that he had come up with the king, to decide. This is my retelling now of how I would retell Nathan the Wise. And so for the year, these three sons would go, okay, what's it mean to be king? What's most important to be king? And they would act out their heart's desires and their heart's, their actual true philosophies of their lives. They'd reveal who they really are. Say one of the three sons might, build like super weapons and be like, aha, I have the most powerful weapons. Another might become the greatest spy, and he knows all the secrets in the kingdom. Another might become, he might become like a fanatical, like lead like a giant fanatical cult of people that would follow him anywhere he goes and make huge sacrifices for him. And he would send those people to fight, and sacrifice themselves like fodder through their devotion. There's all these different ways that these three potential king candidates would. What do they think it means to be the most powerful, to be the most knowledgeable, to inspire, to have the most followers? What does it mean? So they would live out for this whole year this giant war in their kingdom. At the end of the year, the Alcazar would come up and he would read, okay, he would read what the king had said would be, the rubric, which none of the sons could have possibly known. It'd be something like, who has brought the most peace, who has, told no lies, who has sacrificed for their people. Ask questions like this. And then none of them would get the ring, because naturally they're all at each other's throats, with stabbing each other in the back, threatening each other with bombs, sending in suicide bombers, into the others' areas to cause problems for them. And then, nobody would be the king. I guess the story might end pretty well for Alcazar, because none of the three sons. But what can I say? What's the moral of the story? I look around the world, and if it's you're supposed to tell whether religion is true by their fruits. Christianity, Judaism, and Islam aren't even on my radar of what's a potentially true religion. Not even on the consideration board based upon their fruits. That's just my personal opinion. What I've learned from Nathan the Wise. So they've had like 2,000 years to straighten any of this mess out. And none of it's straightened out. It's only worse. I'm J. Michael Hudson. I hope you enjoy my stories.